For 47 days, I haven't had a single full night of sleep. And no, it's not insomnia, it's the walls. The walls in my bedroom. They've started talking to me. And the most terrifying part? I think I've started to listen. It all began 2 months ago, just after I moved into this apartment. It's nothing special, just a cheap 5th floor walk-up in a city full of them. Thin walls, forgettable paint, floors that complain with every step. I took it because it was close to my soul-crushing data entry job. My life was a study in beige, quiet, predictable, and honestly, I liked it that way. The first time I heard it, I almost missed it. I was in that blurry space between being asleep and awake. It was a faint, staticky hiss, like dry leaves skittering across pavement. I told myself it was just the old building, the radiator, the wind. I dismissed it. A few nights later, it came again, but clearer. A long, drawn-out she, right from the wall my bed was pushed against. I sat bolt upright, heart pounding, and pressed my ear to the cool plaster. Nothing. Just the hum of the city. I tried to forget it, blaming stress and lack of sleep. I even moved my bed, but it was too late. The fear had already taken root. Then came the first word. I was wide awake, staring at the ceiling, when I heard it, clear as day. The wall whispered, "Cold." I froze. My window was cracked open. I got up, feeling strange, and shut it. The moment it latched, the room felt different, satisfied. After that, the whispers were constant. Always one simple, helpful word. Light. I'd left the hall light on. I'd turn it off. Door. I'd forgotten the deadbolt. I'd lock it. It was like living with a hypervigilant ghost. I stopped sleeping, not because of the sounds, but because I was always waiting for them. I was a wreck. My boss even asked if everything was okay at home. If only he knew. I started talking back to it, whispering into the empty room. What do you want? But it only ever answered at night, when I was at my weakest. It felt like I was being trained. And every time I obeyed, a strange, poisonous calm would settle over me. Then one Tuesday I got fired. I came home completely numb and just collapsed on my bed. As the sun went down, the whisper came. But this time, it was a full sentence. It spoke my boss's full name. And then it told me his home address. I sat bolt upright, blood turning to ice. I couldn't have known that. It was impossible. In that one moment, every rational explanation, stress, hallucinations, it all evaporated. This was real. Why? I whispered to the wall. The voice was immediate, persuasive. He hurt you. He doesn't deserve to be comfortable. Go. Every part of my mind was screaming no, but my body felt like it was moving on its own, like I was watching a movie of myself. I put on my shoes and grabbed my keys. The voice was a gentle murmur in my ear, guiding me, telling me which streets to take. It led me to his house, told me where the spare key was hidden, and then, with chilling precision, it told me how to go into his garage and cut the brake lines on his car, and I did it. My hands didn't even shake. I was filled with a purpose that wasn't mine. I was just the instrument. The wall was the mind. After that, I stopped fighting. The voice became my only companion. It told me to stop looking for a job, to cancel my phone, to avoid neighbors who were watching too closely. It was pruning my life until only it remained. Its attention soon turned to Mrs. Gable in 3B, a sweet old woman who'd leave cookies at my door. The voice hated her. She pities you, it would hiss. Her kindness is a lie. It started small, telling me to throw out her cookies, then to pour salt on her flower box. Each act tore a piece of me away, but the approval that followed was intoxicating. And then, last night, the voice was urgent. It said Mrs. Gable was a threat, that her happiness was an insult. It told me it was time for her to go away. It made me wait until 3 a.m., and then walked me through a plan. I shut off the power to her apartment. I grabbed matches and cleaning solvent. The building itself seemed to hold its breath as I slipped her lock. I went to her living room, to the stacks of newspapers she kept for recycling. My body moved with a grace that wasn't my own. I was a puppet. I doused the papers. I struck the match. I walked back to my apartment and closed the door, not looking back at the orange flicker growing under her door. I'm sitting on my bed now. Far away, I can hear the first faint wail of sirens. They'll be here soon, but the apartment is quiet. For the first time in months, there is only silence. The voice is gone. It's finally happy, and I can finally get some sleep.